Hi, so this is a quick video entitled Financial Ombudsman Service paid over £1 million by each high street bank per year. So they're obviously utterly corrupt. So that's the title and that's the subject. I actually learnt this from a link provided me by Amy Morris, the investigator allocated to me when I was sent to the Financial Ombudsman Service by the corrupt crook bank Santander. Santander treated me appallingly when I complained to them about the corrupt mobile network Free, who stole payments out of my bank account, abusing direct debit to do so, for 5 years continuously after I left them. I told them I was leaving them, and I received a text from them confirming that. So, where do I go from here? Oh, goodness me. Yes. So, oh, that was a bit long. I'm not sure where I am now. So, yes, Free did that. Free, when I found out, I immediately demanded from Free that they refund my money. Free refused, showing that they've deliberately set that automated process up to trap people like me and to steal payments by direct debit out of our accounts. I complained to Santander. Santander messed me about for 2 months, and this wasn't continuously. They quickly declined. I would say refused, but the whole process took about 2 months. Santander refused to refund me, and Santander are obliged to actually refund me. They're contractually obliged to refund money wrongly taken from people's bank accounts via direct debit, because there's such a thing called the direct debit guarantee or direct debit indemnity. Indemnity is defined as protection from loss, damage, or harm. They're contractually obliged as in order to even be allowed to operate direct debit. Yet they refused, and many other banks are refusing because they don't like people invoking the direct debit guarantee. But that's what it's there for, because this direct debit system lets businesses reach into your account and withdraw money like they were withdrawing from their own account. The banks, via direct debit, gives these businesses access to your account. Direct debit is a complete fraud, a complete scam, and it's a massive vulnerability to the people. Anyone with a bank account that uses direct debit, your account is vulnerable to being plundered by these businesses because they control the direct debit, you don't. They can change the amount. They only have to give you a very weak notice, 10 days, and you might not even see the email they send. You know, I've heard of people surprised to find that businesses have increased the amount massively that they've taken out of their accounts without telling them just a few days before. So it's not even 10 days. And they haven't, some of them have said that they haven't even informed them. So they're abusing this direct debit. Direct debit is a scam. And I would advise anybody using a direct debit that's given instruction for direct debit to cancel it immediately and pay via other means like check, bank transfer, even bank standing charge is controlled by you. It's not controlled by these corporations, or bank. It's not controlled by the businesses. But direct debit is a vulnerability to us. It's a scam. It's a fraud. I learnt the hard way when Free stole. It's basically over £500 over 5 years from my account. So, so I'm making this video to notify people that the Financial Ombudsman Service, who are supposed to be a redress service for us when we get abused by our banks and we make a complaint and they ignore the complaint, or they dismiss the complaint frivolously, because even the complaints processes are a scam and a fraud. And these businesses and corporations and police and government have the complaints processes not to give us redress or justice. They have the complaint processes so that you are entering into their jurisdiction where they can be their own judge and jury and abuse you and your complaint as they like, answer your complaint any way they like, lie, cheat, steal, and send you off with your tail between your legs, chew you up and spit you out. That's what these British complaint processes are there for. So, and then they say the system is that, well, if you're not happy with the business, the corporations, or the institution's response to your complaint, then you can go to an ombudsman. What a load of bollocks, man. I've discovered that all these ombudsmen are crooked and corrupt, and that all these ombudsmen aren't government institutions, they're corporations, they're businesses. They're businesses. They're there to make a profit. So when I'm talking about making a profit, they're basically set up by the and funded by the corporations that you're supposed to complain to them about. That's called corruption. And that's why I'm saying that the Financial Ombudsman Service is paid over £1 million by each high street bank per year. That's by each bank. That's not by all the banks put together. And that's per year. That's not over many years. That's per year. That's a huge amount. So this financial ombudsman service, it's not a service for bank customers like it would have you believe. It's a service for banks. And the Financial Ombudsman Service even invites banks, bank officials to their offices to give them a tour to see how they run their business, because Financial Ombudsman is a business. Have you ever heard of the Financial Ombudsman Service inviting us bank customers to a tour of their offices to see how they do things? No, because the Financial Ombudsman Service is funded and provided for the banks, the corrupt banks, because the banks are utterly corrupt. And the black banks carry out frauds on us all the time. The bank systems are frauds. Their mortgages, their loans, they're all fraudulent. They don't give us any money when they give us a loan. They invent the money out of thin air, and then they charge us interest on it. And if it's securitized with our houses or land or something like that, if we fail to keep up the payments, they claim something tangible from us when they haven't risked any money. They've manufactured it out of thin air. It's fraud. It's fraud. They create credit. So to prove my point about the Financial Ombudsman Service being massively funded by these corrupt banks, I'm going to read from the web page that this investigator, Amy Morris, actually gave me a link to when I told her I believe that the banks fund the Financial Ombudsman. Hold on a minute while I get it up. So this is from the website of the Financial Ombudsman Service. Levy on financial businesses. Every year, the FCA collects a levy from all businesses that are covered by our service and currently regulated by the FCA. These businesses must pay the levy whether or not we've received any complaints about them. The FCA bases the cost of the levy on the volume of cases we expect to receive. The levy ranges from about £45 a year for a small financial advice business to, here it comes, to over £1 million for a high street bank. I repeat, over £1 million for a high street bank per year. Hello? Our service also collects an annual levy from businesses that aren't regulated by the FCA but have chosen to be covered by our voluntary jurisdiction. So that's all you need to know that the Financial Ombudsman Service is utterly corrupt, and the system that's set up is utterly corrupt. Utterly corrupt. Over £1 million for a high street bank. Are you kidding me? That's why this investigator, from her first email to me, the introductory email, she told me that she wasn't going to find in my favour, that she was on the side of Santander, who refused to refund me almost 5 years of payments stolen from me by free after I've left them, refusing their contractual obligations under direct debit guarantee, especially since Nationwide, who collected 10 months of those payments that free stole, immediately repaid me. They immediately repaid me. Nationwide did, Santander didn't. So that's why I've done this video. That's all I need to say now, so that it's not too long. So I would just, yeah, okay, that's all. Thank you, bye.